When someone says, I'm doing this for your own good, does this always come from love? Or can it sometimes be a quiet doorway into control? There is something deeply uncomfortable about the phrase tough love. It promises growth, strength, and resilience. But for many of us, it has felt like pain, rejection, shame, disguised as care. And maybe you've been on both sides of it. Maybe someone once pushed you so hard that you broke. Or maybe you've tried to push someone else, believing it was the only way to help, only to realize it pushed them further away. So today, we're going to slow things down and really look at this. Is tough love actually supportive, or can it be emotional cruelty in disguise? Traditionally, tough love is seen as helping someone by challenging them, not giving them what they want, but what they need to grow. The parent who says no, so their child learns discipline. The friend who tells us the harsh truth when we're drifting into destructive choices. The partner who calls us out when we are hurting ourselves or others. In its pure form, tough love is rooted in love. I care about you. I want you to thrive. I believe you can handle this. But the tricky part, from the outside, tough love and emotional cruelty can look very similar. And the difference lies not just in what is said, but how it's said, why it's said, and how it lands. Here's the thing, a good intention doesn't cancel out a harmful impact. Someone can genuinely believe they are helping you and still hurt you. Support is not defined by the giver alone, it's defined by the experience of the receiver. If the result is fear, shame, withdrawal, or self doubt, then something has gone wrong, even if the words sounded rational. Love does not leave you feeling small. Love does not leave you feeling unworthy. Even when love is firm, you still feel seen. Tough love becomes emotional harm when the goal shifts, when the focus is no longer on supporting the person's growth, but instead on controlling them, shaming them, winning the argument, or proving superiority. We'll often notice patterns like public embarrassment disguised as teaching a lesson. I'm just being honest, used as a weapon. Criticism without care. Advice without listening. Punishment instead of guidance. And slowly, trust begins to erode. Because real tough love makes you feel stronger. Cruelty makes you feel smaller. True supportive challenge doesn't sound like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just get it together? It sounds more like, I see you struggling. I'm here. I believe you can overcome this. Let's figure it out together. It involves listening first, understanding the context, speaking with care, offering help, not humiliation, holding boundaries without breaking the person. It asks, how can I support you in growing? Instead of, how can I make you do what I want? If you're watching this and realizing that what you experienced wasn't tough love, but emotional harm, I want you to hear this clearly. It wasn't your fault. You did not deserve to be belittled. You were not weak for wanting kindness. You were not insufficient for needing gentleness while you learned. And if you're realizing you may have given tough love that caused harm, that doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who is learning to. So the real question isn't, is tough love good or bad? The real question is the love part actually present? Because love without empathy turns into judgment. Guidance without compassion becomes control. Truth without softness becomes a blade. You deserve relationships where you're challenged and cared for, supported and respected, guided without being broken. Real love never needs to hurt to be effective. Real love calls us higher without pushing us off the edge.